Here in New York, Ivanka Trump testified yesterday in the civil court trial to determine the Trump organization's liability for fraud. Attorneys asked the former president's daughter if she knowingly passed along misleading business documents while she served as an executive in the family business. Scott MacFarlane was in the court for the hearing. Scott, what do you know?
Hey, Nate, good morning. The tone and the tenor of Ivanka Trump was just so different from her father's outbursts and flashes of anger earlier this week. She spoke in a voice so soft and quiet, the judge frequently asked her to speak up and into the microphone at least 4 times. Ivanka Trump became the 4th and final member of her family to take the stand in the New York civil fraud trial against the Trump organization.
How you feeling, Ivanka?
Under questioning as a witness, not a defendant, she frequently told a state attorney, "I don't recall," and insisted several times she didn't prepare her father's financial statements, as she said in a deposition last summer.
I've never prepared one. I don't know. I've never made one. I'm not an accountant.
She left the Trump organization in 2017 when her father became president, but the New York Attorney General's office says she was there and talking to lenders during a time the company landed sweetheart loans by exaggerating Trump's worth.
She was enriched, and clearly you cannot distance yourself from that fact. The documents do not lie.
Emails revealed in court showed her involvement on the financing for the Doral Golf Club in Florida in 2011. She was copied on a submission to Deutsche Bank of her father's statement of financial conditions, which portrayed his net worth as $3 billion higher than it actually was. That resulted in a deal with much better loan rates than had previously been offered. She then wrote to her fellow executives, "It doesn't get better than this."
She wanted to get in and out as unscathed as possible, with doing as little damage as possible to her brothers and her father. I think she did just that.
Ivanka Trump was New York State's final witness. Lawyers for former President Trump's business begin making their case next.
She looked very confident, Scott, walking in that courtroom. No bag with her, nobody around her. In many ways, it looked like she was walking on a runway. So how did she come across in the courtroom, do you think, to the judge?
It was striking because it was so subtle. It was a whisper at times. The judge told her to speak up and get into the microphone because we can't hear you.
Was that strategy, do you think?
It certainly was effective. If it was, she was supposed to be back there today. Instead, they cut it off yesterday afternoon, sent her home, said they're done.
She seemed confident. The state also seemed confident. You have expected them to produce the champagne cork from when they celebrated the deal.
Right.
I do not recall that
I
champagne
do not
cork.
recall.
Yeah, and she's not a defendant in the case.
No, she's not. She's been cleared on that front.
Absolutely.
She did try to fight the subpoena to testify, but lost that. Scott, thank you very much.